The stadium lights dimmed slowly, leaving behind nothing but the sound of thousands of breaths held in anticipation. In the center of a massive stage, surrounded by neon lights and a sea of glowing purple light sticks, two figures stood facing each other, Jungkook and Kim Taeyoung. And in that exact second, something completely unexpected happened. A beginning that felt different. From the very start of the concert, ARMY could feel that something was off in the best possible way. The energy that BTS brought to the stage that night felt more intense, more emotional, and strangely more personal. Every song was delivered with deep emotion, but what fans couldn't take their eyes off was the subtle interaction between Jungkook and Taeyoung, more frequent, more meaningful, and somehow louder than words. In the first song, they exchanged small smiles. In the second, their shoulders brushed just a little longer than usual. And by the third set, everything began to change. The look that silenced everything. As a soft instrumental intro filled the air, the giant screen zoomed in on Taeyoung's face. His expression was calm but filled with something deeper. He wasn't looking at the crowd. He was looking straight at Jungkook. And Jungkook didn't look away. For a few seconds that felt like forever, they locked eyes. No words. No exaggerated movements. Just two gazes, speaking a language only they understood. The crowd erupted, but on stage they stayed still, caught in a moment that felt almost unreal. A touch that wasn't scripted. As the beat dropped and choreography began, everything seemed normal until it wasn't. In the middle of the routine, Jungkook's hand slowly reached for Taeyoung's wrist. It wasn't part of the choreography. It wasn't rushed. It was soft, intentional. And it lingered longer than it should have. Taeyoung didn't pull away. Instead, he leaned in just slightly. And that was it. The stadium exploded with screams. Fans react, "This feels too real." Within minutes, social media went into chaos. Clips of the moment spread like wildfire across platforms. Keywords like Taekook, real moment, what just happened, and stop everything began trending worldwide. One fan wrote, "I followed them for years. But this feels different. This feels real," another said. The way they looked at each other. That wasn't just fan service. Some fans even admitted they couldn't breathe watching it live. When the stage became a story, what made the moment even more unforgettable was that it didn't stop there. Throughout the performance, Jungkook and Taeyoung kept finding each other across the stage, as if, among thousands of people and blinding lights, they only saw each other. During the bridge, Taeyoung walked toward Jungkook. It wasn't in the original blocking, but Jungkook didn't move away. He stayed, waiting. And when Taeyoung finally stood in front of him, they shared a small smile, one that said everything without saying anything. The peak moment no one expected. And then it happened at the end of the song. As the music softened and all members froze in their final positions, Jungkook suddenly turned toward Taeyoung. No hesitation, no script. He stepped closer, and in a soft voice barely caught by a nearby mic, he said something. Fans couldn't hear the exact words, but Taeyoung's reaction said it all. He let out a quiet laugh, shook his head, and gently tapped Jungkook's shoulder. The stadium went wild again. What really happened? Since that moment, speculation has taken over. Was it just an improvised stage interaction? Or something deeper? Some K-pop analysts suggest that it reflects an incredibly high level of comfort and chemistry between the two performers. But for fans, it's not about analysis. It's about feeling, because what they witnessed that night wasn't just two idols performing. It was two people sharing a connection that felt undeniably powerful. Insight from the industry. A choreographer who once worked with BTS once said, "When two performers reach a certain level of chemistry, they stop following choreography, they start following each other." And maybe that's exactly what happened that night. Jungkook and Taeyoung weren't just performing. They were feeling, living in the moment, and without realizing it, they created something completely unplanned. Fans can't move on? Hours after the concert ended, clips and photos continued to circulate online. Fans analyzed everything. The way Jungkook looked at Taehyung, the way Taehyung smiled, the exact duration of their touch, even the direction of their steps. Every detail became a topic of discussion. And one conclusion kept appearing. This is one of the best Taekook moments ever, more than just a moment. What made this moment so special wasn't just what was seen, but what was felt. There was honesty, there was spontaneity, and there was something that couldn't be scripted. In an industry built on precision and planning, moments like this are rare. And that's exactly why they matter. A night that will never be forgotten. To some, it may have been just another stage interaction. But for ARMY, it was the night everything felt different. The night two global stars showed something deeply human. The night a single glance made millions of hearts race. And the night Taekook created a moment that will never be forgotten. As the lights dimmed and the music transitioned into the next segment, most fans were still frozen mentally replaying what they had just witnessed between Jungkook and Kim Taehyung. But behind the stage, things were just as intense. According to several fan accounts from those seated near the extended stage, Jungkook was seen walking slightly behind Taehyung as they exited. Not unusual, but what caught attention was the brief moment when Taehyung turned back as if to check whether Jungkook was still there. And Jungkook? He smiled. Not the wide, playful smile fans were used to, but something softer, quieter, almost private. The members noticed too. While BTS is known for their tight bond and seamless teamwork, fans couldn't help but notice subtle reactions from the other members during the performance. During the next stage, one member, caught briefly on camera, glanced toward Jungkook and Taehyung with a knowing smile. Another moment showed a member lightly nudging Jungkook during a formation change, almost as if teasing him. Of course, nothing was confirmed. But for fans who have followed them for years, these micro-reactions spoke volumes. A backstage whisper. As the concert continued, a new rumor began circulating online, fueled by a short clip that surfaced minutes after the show. In the video, taken from a far angle, Jungkook appears to lean slightly toward Taehyung during a pause between songs. Their microphones were lowered, but Jungkook clearly said something. Taehyung's reaction? He froze for half a second, then smiled. In a way fans described as completely different, more genuine, more vulnerable, more real. The clip ended there, but that didn't stop fans from speculating. What did Jungkook say? Was it a joke? Or something more meaningful? The energy shift everyone felt. From that point on, the entire atmosphere of the concert subtly changed. It wasn't loud or obvious, but it was there. Jungkook's movements became more fluid, almost lighter. Taehyung, on the other hand, seemed more focused, but also more expressive, especially during emotional parts of songs. And whenever they ended up close to each other on stage, something lingered. A glance that lasted half a second too long. A smile that appeared out of nowhere. A moment of stillness in the middle of chaos. The encore, where it all came full circle. If fans thought the earlier moment was unforgettable, the encore proved them wrong. As the final songs began and the members walked freely around the stage, interacting with fans, throwing water, and laughing, everything felt relaxed again. Until Jungkook walked toward Taehyung. No choreography. No formation. Just instinct. Taehyung was waving to fans when he noticed Jungkook approaching. He paused, just slightly before turning fully toward him. And then Jungkook reached out his hand. Not dramatically. Not for attention. Just a simple gesture. For a split second, Taehyung looked at it. Then without hesitation he took it. The crowd exploded louder than at any point that night. Did that really just happen? Clips of the encore moment spread even faster than the earlier interaction. Fans zoomed in, slowed it down, enhanced the lighting, anything to confirm what they thought they saw. And the conclusion? Yes, it happened. And it wasn't part of any known choreography or fan service segment. Fans around the world react. Within hours, global fan communities lit up with reactions. In South Korea, fan forums described the moment as historic. In Japan, hashtags related to Taekook dominated trending charts. In the US, reaction videos flooded platforms, with fans screaming, crying, and replaying the same clip over and over again. One viral comment read, "I don't know what they have, but whatever it is, you can't fake that." Another said, "This wasn't for the cameras. This was something else." Theories began to surface. As expected, theories quickly followed. Some fans believe the moment was completely spontaneous, an emotional response to the energy of the crowd. Others think it reflects a deeper bond that has been quietly growing over the years. There are even fans analyzing past concerts, pointing out similar but less obvious moments between Jungkook and Taehyung, connecting dots, building timelines, trying to understand what they witnessed. A moment bigger than the stage, but perhaps the most powerful part of all this is how it made people feel. For many fans, the moment wasn't just exciting, it was emotional. It reminded them why they fell in love with BTS in the first place. Not just for the music, but for the connection, the authenticity, the humanity. Silence after the storm. After the concert ended, both Jungkook and Taehyung returned to social media later that night. Jungkook posted a simple message, "Thank you for tonight. I'll remember it." Taehyung posted a photo from the stage with no caption. But fans noticed something. In the photo, taken from behind, two figures were slightly closer than the others. And even without words, it said everything. The legacy of that night. In the world of K-pop, where every move is often planned down to the smallest detail, moments like this stand out. They become memories, then stories, then legends. And this was one of those moments. A night where something unscripted broke through the perfection. A night where two performers reminded the world that sometimes the most powerful moments are the ones you never plan. Final thought, why this moment matters. At the end of the day, no one outside of Chun Jungkook and Kim Taehyung truly knows what that moment meant.